Let's go ahead and get down some blue mana, and I believe I'm gonna go ahead and Valky as well, and take a little look-see at their hand. Let's see. Ooh, you got a Jadzi yourselves, huh? So I could take the Jadzi and eventually cast it. I could also take their Valky, turn our Valky into their Valky. It also keeps them from casting their Valky and getting a look-see into our hand. They're actually playing kind of the same deck we're playing. I wonder if they have Garuda in it, though, you know? Because we are for sure a Garuda Andy. They have almost the exact same deck as us. I forgot about Shadow's Verdict in our deck, and they have a Yorion over to this side, so it could be, you know, an 80 card version of what we have. What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're diving into Strixhaven, finally! And we're diving into one of, if not bar none, the best card from the set. And I'm not talking about, you know, ifs and buts and candies and nuts of, oh, Chance, it costs 8 mana to get down, and what are the, you know, I don't care about all that shenanigans. I'm talking about just singularly one of the strongest cards in the set, alright? So, Jadzi, or, I hope I'm saying that right, by the way. Jadzi, Oracle of Arcavios, 8 mana, 5/5. This is an amazing creature. It's a human wizard. It allows you to discard a card. You can return it to its owner's hand so it can avoid the board wipage, which, you know, it's going to be rough if you have to do that, because then you got to recast it for 8 mana, but, well, you know, we'll get to that later. Anyways, the Magecraft ability on this card is what is so amazing. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a non-land card, any non-land card, you may cast it by paying one singular colorless mana, rather than paying its mana cost. If it's a land, put it onto the battlefield. So, it can ramp you, which is whatever, but the main point here is the fact that we can end up casting things down for 1 mana, like a, I don't know, ultimatum, a 1 mana ultimatum. Yes, please. Now, the big problem comes in with how the heck do we get this card down? Because everyone's like, what Chance? Ultimatum's 7 mana. This card's 8 mana. It just doesn't make any sense, essentially, to like try to play this, and it just doesn't make any sense. But then you remember that we have a special card over here for only 6 mana, which, if you do the math, is 1 less than 7, which allows us to pull out even cost creatures, which Jadzi over there, the Oracle, is, right? She's 8. It's 8. I don't know if it's a she or he. And just slap it down onto the battlefield. So the plan here today is to get down this Garuda come turn 5, come turn 4, whatever we can manage, muster up. You know, we do have Cultivate and some Land of War Visionary, so the possibility is certainly there. And then off the back of the Garuda, we're going to get the Jadzi. We're going to get good old Jadzi Hadzi. So potentially, we have turn 5 ability to cast not just a single ultimatum, but literally ultimatum plus all that stuff, plus when that stuff is cast, right? Whenever it's cast from the ultimatum, it's going to further proc Jadzi, which means we're going to dive further more into our deck and bring out, you know, even bigger stuff. So it's a really fun deck, plays back into itself, and if you have more than one copy of Jadzi, it probably works better than what it will for me, because, well, this is a mythic, so it's a little expensive. Also, if you're not planning on playing fun decks, if you're someone that's looking for competitive decks, I don't know that adding this into your Sultai deck is just going to, you know, remedy all your problems. So maybe don't do that if you're looking for 10,000% efficiency, right? But it is a very fun card to play, and the fact that we can get it down as early as turn 4 or 5 and, you know, able to still protect it. Now, obviously, it's not going to be beneficial if you have to return this back to your hand, but it's not the end of the world if you do, okay? You can still get it back down. Anyways, outside of that, we do have a, I would say, very classic Sultai control deck with a splash of chance in there, and we all know what that means. So we have the removal down in the bottom end, Blood Chiefs, you know, we got some counter magic, negate, copy of Test of Talents, because I do really like this card. Eliminate Valky, right, to grab off the back of our Emergent Ultimatum, also just fun to cast down with a Jadzi. Also, I don't know which manner this happens. Does it always play Valky? Can we play Tibble? Somebody let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, we have Mystical, Neutralize, you know, more counter magic, Rampage here with the Cultivates and Land of War. We have Bell for Mastery. Again, I think this card is worth more than a one-off in the deck, but it's wild cards. You know, that's how it goes. Anyways, Extinction Event for some more massive board wipage. And obviously you're going to be trying to name odd with this. Try to avoid even. We have Binding the Old Gods, which is good removal, more rampage, and Death Touch is what it is. We have Polocranis, because we can pull this out with the Garuda, and, you know, once it gets milled, we can always play it back later. So it's a really, really solid card. We also have a copy of Professor Onyx in this deck, because again, we are sort of focusing on Magecraft with the Jadzi, so we have enough spells within it in order to do what we want. And then I love Liliana, so being able to play Professor Liliana, sign me up. Sign me the heck up. Of course we're going to play this in our first deck. Vorinclex, because we are playing the Ultimatum, and so it can do Vorinclex stuff. Also, not to mention the fact that Vorinclex plus Professor Onyx equals an immediate -8. Also, your Onyx will still live because she'll end up having 10 loyalty, -8. You still have 2. And then you get to do the whole discard a card. If they don't, lose 3 life, do that 6 times, which could potentially be 18 damage, right? And then outside of that, of course, we have Fjordus Sea God, fun to grab the Ultimatum. We have Garrett, Cursed Huntsman, which not really a huge synergy in the deck, but I enjoy it personally. So, sometimes you got to do what you want and not what everyone else wants. One interesting note about Strixhaven, everyone that plays Best of One and used to use your sideboard, and you're like, oh, hey, look, I have a 15-card sideboard. Boo-hoo-hoo. They changed it. You can only have a 7-card sideboard now in Best of One, which is a little awkward given I don't remember when that ruling came about. They didn't really say anything about it, but it is the way it is, so here we are. Of course, if you've managed to pick up some of the new Snarl lands, they are beautiful, and if you're someone like me who doesn't really love investing in lands, go pick up maybe 2 of each. It's not going to feel great, but when you go to play the decks, trust me, playing these lands is like, oh man, I'm so happy we have split lands that can enter turn 1 again. It's like it's a new revolution. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video so far. If so, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section on what your favorite card from Strixhaven so far is. Of course, subscribe if you're new here and you want more of this awesome one-of-a-kind content, because y'all know we dive into the fine line of fun and competitive. I'm going to be honest with you when I'm playing something that's not 10,000% competitive, but I'm going to try and make every competitive thing that I touch fun. That makes sense? Anyways, without further ado, let's dive into Jadzi's Ultimatum. Alrighty, so this is going to be the second version of the Jadzi Ultimatum deck, except it's not an Ultimatum deck, it's just Jadzi Oracle of Doom. Essentially, we're keeping the same concept of using Garuda to pull out Jadzi, except we're going into Temur instead of Sultai. Now, I had both of these ideas sort of simultaneously, and I was like, oh, I want to do both. So that's exactly what we're getting. So you're going to be able to see first our Jadzi Ultimatum deck, and then you're going to see the Jadzi Oracle of Doom. Again, they're all playing off the back of the Garuda into Jadzi, and then use the Jadzi to, of course, play down big stuff like Shark Typhoon, Embercleave, Vorinclex, that kind of stuff. This deck, I will say, feels more tempered as far as mana cost goes, but it feels more ridiculous in the fact that I was definitely trying out more cards with this deck. So we have some Cultivators, Eureka Moments, we have Prismari, which is a great card, and I think alongside Stormkill and Artist might can have something for him up here with Dwarves and Dragons again, but not what this deck is about. So majority of this deck is me trying something out, but if you want to go for this for a Temur Ultimatum style, you can pull Garuda into the main board and you slap a Temur Ultimatum in there. You can even make it Mutate style deck, and that way you still have a lot of the old cards that you already have able to build it up. But this is a very nice way to ensure that you're not only able to cast down your Garuda and your Jadzi just blatantly, because obviously Temur has a lot more ramp potential. Well, I shouldn't say Temur. My version of Temur. This Quandrix, Cultivator, the Eureka Moment, this kind of stuff. I've decided to go more for the ramp. We have Fire Prophecy and the Artist, so of course you can also build up with the tokens as well. Anyways, without further ado, this is not the main deck that I do recommend playing with Jadzi. I do recommend the Sultai one over this one, but it is a very fun one, and if you're looking to try out some new cards and you happen to have them all, well then, why the heck not, man? Anyways, now we're diving into the matches. Alrighty, Kaorith. We're going to keep this hand. I like the removal, I like the creature, and I like the rampage. We actually have a nice 1, 2, 3, and 4 play here. Probably go ahead and enter this tapped, honestly. We don't have anything in hand to reveal to enter untapped, and we don't really need it to enter untapped, as, well, we're not like relying on counter magic necessarily right here off the Ripperoonie. Let's go ahead and get down some blue mana, and I believe I'm going to go ahead and Valky as well, and take a little look-see at their hand. Let's see. Ooh, you got a Jadzi yourselves, huh? So I could take the Jadzi and eventually cast it. I could also take their Valky, turn our Valky into their Valky. It also keeps them from casting their Valky and getting a look-see into our hand. They're actually playing kind of the same deck we're playing. I wonder if they have Garuda in it, though, you know? Because we are for sure a Garuda Andy. They have almost the exact same deck as us. I forgot about Shadow's Verdict in our deck, and they have a Yorion over to the side, so it could be, you know, an 80-card version of what we have, which, of course, we're a 60-card deck. But that's fine. That's, you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. We are going to go ahead and cultivate here. We already have the blue we need. We're getting there as far as the green we need. Might actually need to put some more green out there in the deck. Let's go and put that down. Just one more basic in the deck, you know what I mean? So we can ensure that we're going to hit that that ultimatum at times. Anyways, on the next turn, we'll go up to 5 mana. The opponent at 4. Nothing for them to do. Nothing for them to do. I guess we just keep on keeping on, right? Nothing for them to do. Hey. Now, I really need some more green mana, actually, if I'm planning on casting down that ultimatum, which, of course, I most certainly am planning on it. But I guess for the time being, we'll just keep beating them down with Valky. They're not drawing lands. They're not drawing the cards they need whatsoever. Eliminate, and we're still not there. We're there as far as what we need for the ultimatum, but we just don't have, you know, green mana. So that is a problem with the deck, I suppose. Oh, beautiful. There it is. There's the mana we needed. See, I knew we had it in the deck. It's just, you know, one turn later. Just a single turn later. Now, they do have Mystical Dispute, so we can't necessarily just rattle off our ultimatum without them having... Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so we just resolved this, but they do still have Mystical Dispute mana. They still have that one blue sitting right there, readily available. So if I were to go for my Kiora here, they might actually go ahead and pull out their Mystical, and then I can crack back with Emergent come next turn. I think that's what we got to do here. Yep. And now I go for... Oh, I should have left one blue mana available as well for ourselves, so we could have, you know, faked having a Mystical Dispute. That's okay. They're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if they hit the right mana, you know, it is ultimatum. They didn't. Oh, beautiful. All right, let's try for ours again. I don't like you. I don't like you at all. We only have one other copy, so, and it's not in our hand, which means we're not going to get to draw a card. They're just going to exile it. Yeah. Yep. I guess that's how that one works, huh? Alrighty, well, eventually they're going to hit a land, and then they're going to hit their ultimatum. And, of course, I don't have counter magic for their ultimatum. I was thinking people were going to be playing creature decks. Silly me. Oh, silly me. Think I would hit the right kind of deck I need. Cultivate, come on. Come on. Alright, well, on the bright side, we're getting every basic possible out of our deck. So we should only have non-basics from here on out. We should only have special treats. Vorinclex. Oh, Vorinclex. Go save the day. Hey. Oh, and it lived. Oh, snap, and it hits. Alrighty then. Emergent ultimatum. Unfortunately, I don't have any counter magic. Damn it. That would have been game, you know? Just boom. Disdainful Stroke, Mystical Dispute. You know, there's a multitude of things I could have had here. Don't we even have Test of Talents? Boy. I do. This is what I mean when I say I love irony. This is what I mean. 'Tis what I mean. When you can be ahead in a game for the majority of it, but you know, there's a few bad draws. You go down into a rabbit hole of all your creature removal heavy stuff, and then it's over. Meanwhile, this 80 card Andy can hit their cards they want like no problem. You know what I mean? They hit it when they want it. They hit it how they want it. That's always been absurd to me. Choose a card to be shuffled into your opponent's library. Probably the Heartless Act, right? And I don't care about the Elspeth's Nightmare, and I don't care about the other thing. So that's not a big deal. Auron's Epiphany. This might be a big deal. These might hurt us. Oh boy, I'm really happy that you could have such luck here, Kaorith. 80 cards, mystical test, another ultimate. Oh shit! How? But how though? You know what I mean? The gods are smiling on you, Kaorith. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, my friend. Oh, that's good. At least they're having fun, right? So they're going to take another turn after this one. Just give them the game, why don't I? I really do enjoy playing Magic. Don't let anyone tell you anything otherwise. If this card draw isn't just the fucking bee's knees, I'm sorry, but we got to dip. You know? I get it. They're playing my deck. I know Murphy's Law says that somebody that has worse luck can turn around and end up having better. It is what it is. No? That's right. They didn't pay that, so I don't get to draw a card. So fuck them. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Love being railroaded by RNG. And it's a wonder that the player base for this game is growing. Alrighty, Cobra XYZ. We don't have hardly any basics in this hand, but we do have a good like build up to the Cultivator, right? Because we can drop this turn 1, drop this turn 2, and Tangled, which puts us to 3. Come turn 3, we can maybe drop Shatter and get our Cultivator down. It's not necessarily ideal, but you know, if we draw into other lands, then we don't have to do that sort of line of play. But we do. We're here. Also, we have a Jadzi in hand. Not really what we're looking for, but these, what do these? Alright, so turn, ooh, okay. You're gonna be one of those players, huh? Punk. That's fine. We'll throw this down tap. We still have mana for the negate. I could cycle the Shark Typhoon, not gonna lie. I'm a little tempted to, but we'll see. Hunted Nightmare. Ooh, that's a scary one. Why'd they say oops? Am I missing something? I've got to be missing something. Generally I am though, right? That's how the cookie crumbles. So we will need double blue for the Garuda. Duh, chance. So when this enters, it creates a treasure token. Could go ahead and have this enter. Or I have this enter, have the treasure token next turn, have this enter, and have mana for negate. So I think we go for the dragon here. I know the Hunted Nightmare can get through, but the Hunted Nightmare can get through either which way. So yeah, let's just get down to Prismari. This dragon reminds me of Niv Mizzet so much. And I love Niv Mizzet. It kind of makes me want to go play, you know, Niv Mizzet in Historic and that kind of stuff. But we're not going to, of course, because... Oh, I thought that is it a Nightmare Tribal? What's going on here? What do they have, 2 of them? You're joking me. You're joking me. No, you're being dead serious. You're being dead ass serious, huh? That's yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so this does give us 2. I can go ahead and get down another creature, but we know with the dead weight, it's not really worth it. So we might as well just save that mana for negate and wait and see. Cobra, don't be a little bitch. And by that I mean don't you dare play another dead weight onto a dead weight. This is not what we need right now. Alright, go for it. Try and attack me, I dare you. I'm gonna let it happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are at 6 mana, which is enough to get down Garuda on the next turn. Good old Garuda. Alright, pass. Fine with Ephemia. They're gonna exile a deadweight? Oh, cool beans, cool beans. Yes, please. All right, Garuda, do your stuff. You can't really bring out the Jadzi, and we already lost the dragon, so the bigger stuff's kind of already gone. But you know, maybe we'll still hit something pretty cool. What did we hit? What did we hit? What did we hit? I'll take the artist. Story of an artist, yeah. Now, if we can just start defending ourselves with like some negates and some maybe Shark Typhoon action. We could have also hard cast a Shark Typhoon there. Didn't really think about that one. That's all right. So what do you got for me, opponent? You got a whole lot of lands. I see that. I see that number. They definitely want to use the deadweight to get rid of the artist, right? So that takes away the cards from their graveyard. Correctamundo? Oh, I'm so smart. I'm so smart. All right. Okay. Sure. Alrighty. And is that it, opponent? These indeed. These indeed. Alright, so again, we could hard cast Shark Typhoon or hard cycle it for a big creature. I'm gonna go for the Apprentice, the Sequence, and then leave mana for negate. I'll put a land in our hand, and we'll put a land on the board. Do I want to swing in with Garuda? They can't swing back with the 5/3. Of course, I definitely want Garuda to be able to block the 5/3, so probably not. Probably not. Now, we are hemorrhaging health in the skies. Not gonna lie. Deadweight onto Garuda. Kind of want to negate that. You know what I mean? But I won't, because our Garuda can still take out their Skyclave. And Garuda, aside from that, has pretty much served its purpose. Again, can't really hit our Jadzi. Awkward. Alrighty. Come on, Cabra. Corn on the Cabra. I probably should have mulliganed the starter hand, honestly. Now that I'm thinking back on it, and I'm like, man, we didn't have the best land set up. And we certainly got there. That's one thing I do love about this deck. It can get there. So should I just negate that so it can't get that big? I mean, we're still going to be able to take it out either way with those two. Right? Right. So, nah, we just let it happen. Because I can block with these two there. And I can block this there. And then, you know, they're pretty lackluster thereafter. So, let's do it. If you send the Lotus, I'm going to block against that Lotus. Okay. Okay. Now, that's going to deal 8 to us. But I can't send 2 at you. Nah. This is fine. D's fine. I'll take 8. We'll lose 2 of our creatures, but so do they. And one of theirs is the Lotus. Now that Hunted Nightmare I really need to get rid of. Another Ephemia, that's scary, right? And then 2 creatures in the sky. Oh, no, right, because it's a legendary. Oh, hallelujah. Now we do, of course, have Shark Typhoon. We can cycle, and then boom, we have a creature in the sky. And well, that'll, of course, be nice. My turn. All right, we can play Jadzi. I don't know what effectively good that does, though. Like, we would need something else down on top of that. So if I go for a Shark Typhoon, we could also go for a Fire Prophecy, which does give us a creature in the sky. So I could go Shark Typhoon, Fire Prophecy on their turn to take out the 2/2. We get a 2/2 in the sky. See, Fire Prophecy deals 2 there. Creates a 3/3. But it does cost us that block. We'd have 2 creatures, but I can't block there. If I just cycle this, we create another creature, and this can take out a creature. So I think that's actually where I have to be, is cycle this and play this. Leave everything else as is. This is a scary match, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So we need 2 for Fire Prophecy. At least 3. Let's see, 1, 2, at least 3, and then we still have 2 for negate. Alright, so let's go, excuse me, Fire Prophecy. Try and take out this little 2/2. This little freaking fracking ballerina, if you will. I'm going to put you, Jadzi, back into the library so that way, you know, maybe we can hit it with a Garuda later on. I don't know how much later on this match is actually going to go for, but, you know, we got to try. We got to try. Alright. Here are my defenders. We can take out the Hunted Nightmare. We can take out the Euphemia. We still have 2 lives, so, you know, we're living. We're living La Vida dangerous. I do have Jadzi back in my deck. Hey, so we might could hit that. I think we put it on the bottom, but, you know. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Alright, so really just need a block like this. I know we're going to lose a land off of it, but doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You cost 3 plus 6, which is 9, and that's only 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I was to go 1 here, I don't love it, but it might allow us to do the Garuda stuff. It's really not playing for the moment, though. It's playing for our wishful thinking sort of thing. I think they're going to have destruction here regardless, where they just sort of... No, they don't. Interesting. Well, let's resolve that. Before we go to the damage, I can cycle this Triome in hand. So, we shall. Let me see what else I get. Vorinclex. Interesting. Interesting. Alrighty, so we can have Vorinclex come down next turn and start doing its stuff. Ooh, Skyclave Shade. I'm not gonna lie, this feels like a fun deck. It's definitely got its holes here and there, but a new set just came out and I'm playing stuff that I want to play more so than stuff that I should be playing, right? And we all know how that goes, so. I gotta get a lot of creatures really, really quickly. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I can play you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm short on the Vorinclex. So I believe that to be a GG. Alright. You got me. You got me, Cabra. Corn on the Cabra. It was fun, though.